I just saw a class being offered through a local meditation center recently called The Gift of Not Knowing. I thought it was kind of an intriguing title, The Gift of Not Knowing, because in our day to day lives, not knowing does not always seem like a gift. In fact, I think many of us, or most of us, are pretty uncomfortable with not knowing, with the uncertainty that permeates our lives. So, I want to explore this today, how living with uncertainty might be considered a gift, and also how equanimity can help us to find the gifts. This is what the intro to the course says. As the year turns towards its darkest season, we're invited into a different kind of light, the quiet radiance of not knowing. The untrained mind craves certainty, but the Dharma leads us into mystery, fertile, unsettling, and full of possibility. So let's explore this a bit. What is the quiet radiance of not knowing? We've begun to learn something about this right here in our meditation practice, even at the simplest level. The instruction is to stay with the present moment, just this moment, and then this moment. And it sounds so simple. And one might think that we would want to rest in this place, in the newness of each moment. And yet our minds wander over and over. And we all experience that. And we all know how challenging it can be to stay attentive moment by moment. No question, we wander in part because our minds are distracted. But I wonder maybe if our minds also wander because they find something uncomfortable about being present. Our practice points us towards what's true and what is certain, this moment, just as it is. But in doing that, it also makes clear at a deep level that all the rest is uncertain. As Pema Chodron says, we live with a fundamental ambiguity. We are swimming in a sea of uncertainty. And we don't really like it. It feels intimidating and vulnerable. And so we try to shield ourselves from it. We do lots of things to try to make what's inherently uncertain more concrete. Just like the course description says, an untrained mind craves certainty. I just came across this statistic that says that we are present to our day about 47% of the time. That makes a lot of unaccounted for time. 53% of our day we're not present. So how much of that time do you think is spent in some way responding or maybe avoiding the uncertainty inherent in our lives? As I've been exploring for myself, I find myself planning a lot. I'm planning my day, I'm planning my next meal, my vacation, chores, future conversations. I'm rehearsing. Oh my goodness, I'm good at it. And mea culpa, I went to planning school, really. So I should be good at it. And granted, I studied environmental planning, but the inclination has gone way beyond my professional life. And it surprised me. I live in the planning mind much more than I need to. And of course, some level of planning is important to all our lives, but honestly, I defer to planning so often and repeat the same plans over and over in my mind, way beyond being useful. When I'm attentive to it, I can feel the dukkha. I can feel the tightening that it creates in my mind and my body. And if I look even a bit more closely, I notice that the energy underneath that's fueling the planning is some sort of discomfort with uncertainty, with not knowing and wanting to solidify what comes next, to be in control as much as possible of what is coming. It's amazing the way the mind can spin out when we're uncomfortable with what we're feeling. Anxiety, worry, daydreaming, catastrophizing, rehearsing, wanting. All of these may be responses of our untrained mind, which is craving certainty in an uncertain world. So I wonder, do you know where you go when your mind wanders? And can you tell if the underlying energy that's fueling your thoughts and feelings has something to do with wanting to solidify something you're not certain of? And can you feel the discomfort of not knowing in your body? What would it mean to feel that? Not to push it away or try to make it something else, but to recognize and rest with the uncertainty itself in an embodied way. It's not unbearable, though it might not feel pleasant. And that's where the invitation for equanimity arises. It offers us a way that feels balanced and supportive in the midst of what is uncomfortable and uncertain. Equanimity is a position of the heart that holds it all. It's a soft stance, an allowing and relaxed stance. It's not a grin and bear it. It's really an opening and a softening into our own human vulnerability, our own not knowing what comes next and gently resting there, if even for just a few moments. As Bill spoke about last week, our ability to hold equanimity grows gradually, slowly. But when we're able to, from that place, so much possibility is available to us. Tara Brach says, equanimity is a heart that is ready for anything, and a wisdom that knows to let this be just as it is. Our ability to be with uncertainty is so central to our practice. It enables us to be in the present moment, and it's talked about in various ways and with various practices through all of the Buddhist traditions. Pema Chodron has a book entitled Comfortable with Uncertainty. And in that book, she offers 108 teachings on the topic. The Zen tradition points to this quality of resting in uncertainty or finding equanimity with uncertainty as don't know mind. It's described as a practice of letting go of the need for answers and embracing all the possibilities of the present moment. It's a state of mind characterized by openness, free of intellectual certainty. I love that perspective, the possibilities of the present moment. One Zen master says, we want to know, we think we know, we think we're supposed to know, but we don't really know. All we know is this moment. And if we really live that, it changes everything. Another way that describes this, again from the Zen tradition, is having a beginner's mind. And you may have heard of a classic book by Suzuki Roshi called Zen Mind, Beginner Mind. And the famous quote from that book is, "In the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities. In the expert's mind, there are few." And I wonder if you can remember that feeling of being a beginner. We don't experience it as much as we age, but it's that feeling of being uncertain of what should happen next or how it should happen. It isn't really comfortable, and we try our best to learn quickly so we don't have to remain in that space. But this teaching is suggesting that we do rest there, even if it is uncomfortable, because this is where the richness and the possibilities lie. Don't know mind and beginner's mind both point to the same thing: to learn to rest with openness and to find some stillness within the uncertainty that's inherent in the midst of it. And that's equanimity. When we're able to open our hearts in this way with equanimity, there's the possibility of shifting from the anxiety or the fear of not knowing to the possibilities. Something great might happen, or maybe it won't, but we're able to be steady, whatever arises. When my husband and I are on vacation, sometimes our well laid out plans don't go as we expected. It's kind of the nature of vacations. Haven't we all kind of had that experience? And when that happens, Dan always says, the adventure continues. Let's just see what happens. And that's the change of perspective. Each moment becomes a little bit of an adventure. So the class that I spoke of in the beginning, The Gift of Not Knowing, the description goes on to say, the class will explore how to gently attune to the stillness where craving settles and the agitated heart can soften. Through guided practice, Dharma reflections, and embodied rest, we'll deepen our trust in the unseen path ahead. Those are good words for us too. They remind us that this is what we are doing here on the daily sit. We're learning to settle, to soften, and to trust the path ahead, excuse me. In this crazy world with so much uncertainty and agitation, we can aspire to this, to offer some much needed steadiness and equanimity to ourselves and to the world. Thank you all for listening. And let's transition to our practice. First, coming into our bodies and really offering them what they need today. Finding those places in us that are holding on and encouraging them to loosen and to let go. Allowing for some sense of spaciousness inside. And as that feels complete, coming into a posture of relative stillness, letting yourself settle into your seat, feeling the weightiness of your buttocks on the chair or the cushion. And the alertness of your body, your torso, flexible but straight. And letting yourself settle back into this moment. And then the next moment. Welcoming each moment as it arises and letting it naturally pass without needing to hold on. Resting. softening, letting your heart space relax, remain open, trusting that your heart can hold whatever arises. Thank you all so much for being here. Let me unmute us so we can say our goodbyes. Okay.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
great
Thank
work.
you.
Thanks,
everybody.
Thanks so
Tomorrow.
much.
Have a good day.
Great to see
Well,
everyone.
Thank you.
Good to see you,
Such a
Catherine.
helpful teaching.
Thank you, Lee.
Yes, very helpful.
Mhm.
You.
Bye-bye. Good day.
Bye.
Our safe holding environment.
Thank you. Right.
You guys, see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.